Hey, welcome everybody to another episode of the Marriage Tune-Up. Today we're talking about thriving in marriage. Let's go. Hey, welcome back. Welcome to another episode of the Marriage Tune-Up, where we're fine-tuning marriages one discussion at a time. So yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since we've been on. Last month, I think we had so much going on. If you can believe it or not, two of my sons got married. One got married in July 11th, and the other one got married this past weekend on August 29th. So I've just been running and gunning, and then we have the marriage retreat that's coming up on October 3rd through the 5th. So I just been really been a little busy. I've been a little busy. I've been a little busy. So I don't want to let my baby go down, with the marriage tune-up. So I had to call in some reinforcement today to help me with this episode. So listen. You know what, we had like I said, we had so much going on, so we just kind of want to just have a discussion today. Yeah. It's just really going to be really off the dome. Yeah. It's not our typical discussion, but we wanted to make sure that we came on today because I haven't seen y'all in a while and I miss y'all. I hope y'all miss me too. So we're back. So I want to introduce our guests. Well, they're not really guests because they've been on the Marriage Tune-Up several times. So it's kind of like a you know how the family come to visit, the family come on back, family reunion. So Brian and Willa Thomas of 3D Financial will be, we're just gonna be sitting down having a chat this episode, and we're gonna talk about we're gonna be talking about thriving in marriage. So my girl Willa, she did an episode for my girlfriend last Tuesday. Last Tuesday to be exact. And she talked about thriving in marriage. So I said, why don't you come on to the tune-up and let's just continue that let's kind of talk to our viewers about how to thrive in marriage and kind of go a little bit deeper on that topic. So so I just wanted to thank you guys for coming on to the show.
It's one thing to talk about thriving as a wife, but it's another to have your husband here with you as well.
Right.
So it just adds the other side of the coin. I can give my perspective, but to have him here as well, just kind of get to see both sides of it.
Right. Good. So Brian, how you been doing, Brian? You been good?
I've been good.
Good. Okay.
I can't complain.
Okay. So how are you thriving in marriage, Brian? How you talk to us? How you thriving?
I'm thriving. In marriage, sometimes you go from surviving to striving to thriving. And the crazy thing is, we are at a thrive stage right now.
Oh, good.
But tomorrow. It
You
may
mean-
change.
For us, it might be in the next hour.
Tonight.
Yeah. So we strive, and we thought, I think we all three.
Yeah.
So we all three.
The good thing is to make sure we let people know is you can be thriving right now, and tomorrow you can be striving to get back to a better place.
Right.
Every day is a new day, and we look forward to whatever may come.
Right.
And I think we've all been married long enough to know that.
How long y'all been married?
35 years.
35 years. That's a minute.
Just like today. Today's a good example. We had a windstorm today.
Did you see that thing?
Man, just tore up my yard.
Girl.
But I went out this morning for my walk.
Yeah.
And the weather was great.
Yeah.
And then it shifts just like that. So that's sometimes how marriage is as well.
Absolutely.
You can be thriving and you look up and something just blew through the house and just tore everything up.
Okay, so let's how we always do. Let's give a definition. Let's give a definition of thriving in marriage. Okay, so inside joke, me and Willa.
Yes.
Okay, so what it means to thrive. Thriving is growing vigorously or gaining wealth what's that word?
Gaining wealth or possessions.
Or possessions.
So basically to prosper.
Okay, okay. And the other one, the last one is the one you said that you liked the most.
I did.
Is progressing towards or realizing a goal despite or because of circumstances.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
tell me why that's your favorite.
Because
definition?
that's my favorite definition, because it lets you know that it just doesn't have to be something good to get you to a thriving moment. It can be in spite of whatever you're going through. It can be because you've gone through some things that now that you know that you're thriving in a certain situation.
Okay.
So I like things that are not always good, because that's just not realistic to me.
Okay.
So I like that particular definition, because it's despite of or because of certain circumstances.
Okay. So let's talk about there's different areas. So there's different areas that you can thrive in marriage, correct?
Absolutely.
So
Hopefully.
Yeah. So there's 4 areas that we want to talk about. We kind of want to delve into those this evening about how you can thrive in marriage, and we want to there are many areas that you can thrive in marriage, of course, but we want to just kind of concentrate, pinpoint it down to these 4 areas, and maybe kind of like dissect and talk about those real quick. Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, so the first one is going to be, well, let me give you all 4, and then we'll go through them and break them down.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one is, the 4 is communication. Absolutely. I think that, communication is a big one in marriage.
Absolutely.
You have to be able to communicate. And I just was listening to Dr. Darius Daniels yesterday, said, communication is not talking. Communication is definitely just, we communicate, or we conversing, or whatever. Yeah, conversing is your talking. But communicating is talking and listening. It takes 2 people to communicate.
Absolutely.
It definitely takes 2 people. So communication is the first one. Finances is another big one. I think the number one, there's the top 3 reasons for divorce in America right now is communication, finances, and infidelity.
Yep.
Those are the top 3. So the top 3 for striving in marriage, or the top 2 for striving in marriage, are communication, finances, your health. I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah, I mean, your health is very important. No matter how much money you got, if you ain't healthy enough to go ahead and spend it, we need to, if we're gonna live happily ever after, hopefully, even though we're doing it in sickness and in health, the hope is to be healthier versus always sick.
Right.
So
right.
the health
That's
is
a
very
good
important.
point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
You got to be able to be healthy to be able to thrive
Absolutely.
in your marriage. Okay. You don't want to just survive in your marriage, right? Okay. So, and spiritually, I'm really interested in that one.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in what you're going to say about that one.
Okay.
Okay. So, but the first one is communication. So, I think so. What do you got? Why do you guys think communication is so important to thrive in marriage? Why would you say that, you guys, listeners too? Why would you guys think that communication would be the number one thing about thriving in marriage?
I'm just get on my Kendrick Lamar game. Peekaboo. He said, "What you talking about? You ain't talking about nothing." So I think that it's very important to not only have communication, like you said, Darius said. It's one thing.
Yeah, to talk,
but to actually have to be communicating, you have to have 2 people. So I think that you have to effectively communicate, because I can talk, I can and be nonverbal. Scroll my neck, But to have effective communication, you have to have somebody that you're listening to, that you're making sure that you're being sound, that your tone is, that whatever you're saying is being well received. You don't have to agree with it, but at least it's hitting the target, that the person that you're talking to is actually getting what you're trying to represent in your conversation.
Correct. Okay. Communication. Brian, why would you say that's important?
I think it's important because almost Willis spoke about them all, but it's definitely the active listening, and make sure you listen to understand what's taking place and not to respond. Often we listen to respond, and I can't wait to get out my point.
So are you really listening? Are you
No,
are you really
you're not
listening when you
no
just
more.
especially in a heated argument or whatever? Do you really think you're listening if you just I'm not even hearing you really. I'm just waiting so I can say what I'm saying.
I look at how I visualize it is I'm playing double dutch. You know how the 2 ropes are going and you're just waiting for a good area that you can jump in and say what you got to say.
Yeah.
Like forget all that.
So I give a little pause and then you
and
jump
that's
in.
it. That's my cue.
Right there.
That's my cue.
Right
So.
there. I had to get my lashes on because I'm like, listen, I can't see these words on this paper.
We don't want no.
They are blended.
No marriage situation.
So I'm like, listen, I'm like, y'all
Bring you at the podium.
I need my glasses. I'm just sorry. Okay.
I would say another big one is the number one person that I need to fix is always me.
Come on, Brian.
And I need to address everything in I and not you, because as soon as I say you, a wall may go up. And all of a sudden now she's not listening or not active listening. So it's make sure I'm looking to fix me, what I can do to make this better.
Right.
And not you. You always do this. You and the conversation
always.
is going
That
the
ain't
wrong
good.
way.
You always. You always.
I think if there's an issue, how do you understand that I'm having an issue if I can't communicate that there's a problem? Sometimes what the person gets are the symptoms to the problem. I'm acting out because there's something wrong, but I have to be able to communicate that there's an issue for you to know that there is one, so that we can talk about
Have to
it.
be right. Okay, so tell me the top ways to have effective communication in your marriage.
You can go first.
Thank you, babe. Let's see.
I think the first. Well, I'll get.
Well,
I think-
I have a good one. Just speaking for my wife,
Okay.
understanding her nonverbal cues. Because now she's not saying anything, but I can tell by her movements.
Well, first of all, I need you to define. What do you think he means when he says nonverbal cues?
Because I can
'Cause a
say a
cue-
whole lot without saying one single word.
Do it right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I learned very
So
well from my mother.
do it that way. Yeah.
Silence is very, very loud.
Yeah, it can be.
So I think it's okay to be silent when you know that you're about to say something, you're going to go for the jugular. And so it's best to not say anything. But when you've walked around the house for a week, a month, and there's no words that has transpired between the two of you guys, then I think that there's a problem. Then you really getting some nonverbal cues that, sucker, you better go ahead somewhere.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what? I think that let me go ahead and get naked with y'all.
Go
real
ahead,
quick.
take
Get
your
naked with
clothes
y'all. So Aaron says that that's abusive to give your partner the silent treatment. Because I'm just saying, I'm just take for instance our last disagreement that we had. I don't think I only spoke when spoken to. When he said I didn't say anything. I didn't have anything to say to him. But other than if he didn't say anything to me,
How long did that go on?
for about 10 days.
So I'm going to, I hate to agree with my brother, but I'm going to agree with my brother. It's just not a healthy environment that's the only time that you're having a conversation.
Sometimes, but like what you just said before. Sometimes when I don't want to say things. I don't want to say anything that is I'm gonna have to come back and apologize for later on. So until I'm able to wring all that emotion out like a sponge,
Okay.
or a towel, be able to get all that out. Until I'm able to do that, I need to be silent sometimes.
Well, I think that
And it just happened to be 10 days.
I
with the
think
silence.
it's healthy to give yourself an expiration. 10 days is unacceptable
Okay, why is it unacceptable? though?
because
What
that
about-
is a week and a half.
So you agree with him? You saying you agree that it's abusive?
I
Oh gosh.
where's my
Let's ask the
brother?
listeners. Do you guys feel like that's I mean, it's better. So would you rather for me to go ahead and just go on off and just
I do
Hiroshima
feel
or Hiroshima?
sometimes in the heated debate,
Wait, you say you agree with who?
I agree that there's times when you shouldn't say anything because I may say something that I can't come back from.
Right.
So
Right.
it's best to not say anything. I'm not sure about 10 days.
Let me tell you why 10 days is not healthy. Because in those 10 days, you're giving yourself a narrative. I'm leaving this home. I don't want to be here. So the longer you're talking to yourself and your voice is the only thing that you're listening to, the further you're getting away from reconciling where the marriage should be. So
Don't be in there Aaron like yeah.
So I believe that yes, there definitely times that I shouldn't say nothing because he gonna put me out. I ain't gonna have to leave because I'm gonna say some stuff. It's like I'm gonna say, "Give me back the key." But you have to have I'm gonna give myself a day,
A day.
24 hours. I mean, and it may be different for other people. I think you do need to sit in that silence
day.
and wonder and figure out why you're so angry.
Yeah.
I don't know if you need to write some stuff down, get it out some
But
kind of
a
way.
day?
10 days is too long. Put a 0 behind that one. That's unacceptable.
So what you saying? So are you thinking
Now
that,
I'm thirsty. I need somebody to talk to me.
Okay, listen. So I guess you believe in that. Don't go to sleep on your raft.
Don't go to sleep a couple too many nights. No, I have to go agree with what the word says.
Yeah, so you agree with the, don't go to sleep on your wrath? So we gonna be walking around here like zombies and we ain't going to bed because
Don't go
we
to sleep.
Shoot, girl, I'm a
No,
cat.
do you agree that 10 days is too long?
I'm gonna go ahead and have to say
Is a
no.
month too long?
I feel. Here's the thing, though. Okay, it may be too long to. It's not that I'm trying to give you the silent treatment. I answer your questions when you talk to me. When you say something to me, I answer your questions. I'm not rude. Stop it, Aaron. I'm not rude, but I don't have anything else to say.
Okay.
And I'm not ready to talk about that issue yet because it's still like a volcano. It's still volcanic to me, so I don't want to talk about that. So let me cool down. Sometimes, okay, a month might be too long.
What makes a month different from 10 days?
A month is
Because
30 days.
Because somebody can have that same argument.
A month is 30 days.
I know. 10 days is 10. So what makes? Okay, we're gonna put that one aside. We're
Coming back on that one. We're gonna coming back on that one. Okay, so let's
There was one more that Willa didn't totally agree with, and she wanted to argue about.
I wanted to communicate passionately about it.
Okay, well, come on. What is it?
It was.
Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you this first. There are so here's some ways that you can effectively communicate in your marriage. Okay, in order for your marriage to thrive. The number one is practice active listening. That's number one. We agree on that one?
Yes.
We can agree on that one.
Agree.
Practice active. Okay. The number two is use I statements, not you statements, I statement, or you always, but I just feel that, okay, that's a part of effective communicating.
Yes.
You guys agree with that
I
one?
agree.
Everybody
Yes.
agree with that? We all
Agree. Agree.
Okay. Schedule regular check-ins. That's the one you want to fight about?
No.
Okay. B,
No,
how you feel about that one?
I don't want to fight about that one.
How you feel about it, though?
I agree
You
with
agree
it.
with that? Schedule regular check-ins?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that means 10 days won't go by.
I can't stand you right now, B. Okay, so 4, understand nonverbal cues. That was yours. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
I agree.
You agree with that one? Okay. Validate your. This is a big one. Validate your partner's feelings.
I understand
Even if you
when-
disagree.
Okay, so then how can you? Okay. That's. How can you validate something that you disagree with?
Validation to me is just basically saying, I hear you. It don't mean that they right. Because I can disagree with them. I hear you. So I'm validating that I hear your point, I hear your side, I hear how you feel. However, I don't agree with I don't agree with it, but I'm validating that I heard it.
So I heard what you said. Mm-hmm. I don't. So that's.
And I understand that you feel that way. Not I understand that you feel that way. I understand you feel that way. I don't understand why, but I understand that you do.
And you forgive me?
So.
Okay. We're going to. Let me put a
gonna
star
put
on
a
that
on that
one.
one?
Let me put a star on that one too, because I don't know about that one.
So it's the
man.
next one.
Okay. Leave the past in the past. Let's talk about that. What you want to argue about that? Okay. Focus only on the current issue during disagreements. Bringing up past hurts and arguments is unproductive and can escalate conflict. Addressing one topic at a time allows for a clearer path to resolution.
Leave the past in the past.
What don't you agree about that?
So
Willa?
my thing is how far in the past we can't. Yesterday, even though yesterday was the past, if we ain't resolved that thing, it's still in the future, it's still in the present. Mm-hmm. So that was my thing. Past in the past don't mean that just because we not there, it happened yesterday, that we can go ahead and move forward. No, we still need to address what happened if it's an issue for me.
And I would agree with that.
Oh,
Now you agree with that?
Right.
Okay. Well, tell me what you disagreed about that earlier.
It was bringing up other things that was in the past in this argument or disagreement to throw other things in there.
So while you having a current disagreement, you go and bring stuff up in the past to prove your point in this current disagreement.
Every time he called, you jump in your car and you go. You don't never.
But we talking about something else, so I'm just bringing up old stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with that. Let's talk on one topic at a time, unless they're connected. If there's a link in the chain,
Or
then-
there's a pattern.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's different. But if we talking about you always late, then I bring up you always let your mama do something, then that's totally different. Two different topics.
Okay.
Oh, talking about mama?
So that's what I'm saying. It's not okay because
okay.
now we were talking about you always late.
Oh, okay.
So stay on topic, one thing at a time.
Stay on
I
top.
wasn't talking about you.
Whatever. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Leave the past in the past.
Okay.
You know,
Here we go.
I don't know.
Did we get up? That's how we got to 10 days?
Huh? What?
Is that how we got to 10 days?
Because it was a pattern. So I just, yeah. I don't know if I agree with that one. I don't
Okay.
know. I think sometimes you do have to talk about the past, because it keeps happening.
And that's different.
Even if the argument is something right now, but the past can validate what's going on right now.
In the present.
It can validate what's going on in the present sometimes.
I don't disagree with that. But
Okay.
if we have
So you
gotten
said,
past
but it says leave
something,
the past in the past. Well, I thought we got past it. See,
Okay.
I thought we got past it, but evidently we didn't get past it because we're back. We're still.
it's the same issue, just a
I'm
different
still,
year.
yeah,
Okay. Then
yeah. So I still like how am I leaving the past in the past when
I think you can only leave the past in the past when you have as well. What you've done
Yeah.
is what you used to do.
yeah,
Not what
yeah,
you're doing.
Yeah.
That
Or
suffix
any
is
way
very
around,
important.
anything around that can be construed to be about anything that you've done or wrong that you've done in the past.
So when you say construed, is that something that
Or I can believe, to me it feels like something that you did in the past.
okay. Would Ray Charles be able to see that that's what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, so we worked on it. So we talked about it. We thought we got past it, and then you come back, and it's not the exact same thing, but it's pretty similar to
Okay,
it.
it's in the same family.
So it's in the same family. So I'm like, so did we really get past it? If you're still doing it,
So now that brings up all those old feelings because
I'm triggered. I'm triggered as hell right now.
okay,
So yeah,
that's how you get to 10 days.
that's how we get to 10 days.
We're not dealing with the one issue. We're dealing with all the stuff
All
that
of
happened.
them. All of
I
them.
understand.
Peekaboo.
Okay.
Okay.
Peekaboo.
Avoid criticism and blame. Okay. Constructive feedback is healthy, but criticism and blame can make a partner feel attacked. Work together as a team against the problem instead of pointing fingers. I agree with that to a certain extent. Sometimes in communicating with your spouse, I believe that you do have to help in love. You can point out the fact that your spouse is doing something that may not be conducive to your marriage thrive. Your helping your marriage to thrive. I do think that you have to be able to. Sometimes you do take sometimes there is some blame for us being in the situation that we're in. Sometimes there is. So what's wrong with me pointing that out?
Hopefully the person raise their hand and say it was me.
But if they
But
don't,
if they don't, the facts speak for the facts. So
Yeah.
I'm not. This criticism and blame is like maybe they don't know who the person is. But yeah, I think if it's you, it's you. If you continue to do the same thing, it's exactly.
I have one thing about that I'll say quickly.
ahead.
I like to look at that word problem as a solution. Anytime there's a problem, there's a solution. To not focus on the problem, focusing on the solution of how we can resolve whatever the problem is. So instead of problem being a bad word, you look forward to whatever that solution is going to be, and you don't allow that word problem to wear you down. Because
That's
it
good,
can if you focus
good.
on the problem
Yeah.
and not the solution.
That's good. Okay. Number 8 is be open to compromise. Remember that you are a team, not competitors. Negotiation and compromise are essential for finding solutions that work for both partners. So, what happens? What happens when one partner is always seeming to be the one
that compromises.
that does the compromising? Or I think that compromising and sacrificing go hand in hand. And if one person is continuing, if one spouse is always being the person that is sacrificing or compromising, and it's always, it's tilted towards one spouse or whatever, then eventually that other spouse is gonna feel like it's resentment's gonna build in, and bitterness will be able to creep in.
I agree. And
because so I don't know that.
because then that's not a compromise. That's a dictatorship.
Yeah.
So it's like why even voice how I feel, because we're gonna go with what you say anyway. So that's not conducive at all.
Yeah.
The one thing I heard in there that I would like to say is, especially to my spouse, always recognize that I am not the enemy. And we are on the same team. It said something about that. But we have to make sure we don't allow disagreements to make me seem like the enemy. It's real easy to get lost in the problem.
I think
and start to see your spouse as the enemy.
I think there are times, I'm just being honest, I think there are times in my marriage that I feel like my husband was the enemy. I'm just being honest with you.
1,000%.
I feel like there's times where it wasn't like I felt like he
was.
was the enemy. So I felt like he was attacking, like, everybody, we blame everything on the devil. Oh, the devil or whatever. No, sometimes the
enemy is the inner me.
Yeah. Sometimes it's the inner me, but sometimes it could be your spouse.
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
And I think in me sometimes, I think in my marriage, I can only speak of that. There were times where, my spouse, and I probably was I was my husband's enemy too. So,
I'm going to agree with that. Being married for so many years, I didn't necessarily think that he was my enemy. I thought that he was an enemy to the marriage.
Oh,
because the things that you're doing they are not conducive to the marriage. So it must be the enemy, something that you're against, because you can't want this with that.
Yeah.
So, oh, you sitting right here.
Give an example. Oh, you don't want to get that? You don't want to. Because I'll give one for me. I would say going to the club and not coming home. See, Brian came home to the house.
He came home some late nights though.
Yeah. Aaron was
trying to think like, did I? Yeah, you did. He felt like, I think when Brian became a supervisor, a manager, he got this ego, like he just had, like, I'm the sugar honey iced tea, and his demeanor changed, like I don't know if he thought everybody wanted him or something, and I felt like he treated me differently. So he probably say he don't remember that.
You remember that, B?
No.
He don't remember none of that.
It was definitely a trying time when he was in management, because he just felt like he was going to the gym and stuff too. I look good and I'm making some money. Yeah, girl, go ahead, wait your turn.
He's going to the gym, B?
I don't know.
He's working out. He's working out.
Was you working out?
No.
You was not working out.
No, not at that time.
Gosh.
Okay, look. So number 9, share positive feelings.
That's a good one.
Share positive feelings. Take time to express appreciation and affection for your spouse. Expressing gratitude for small gestures build a positive emotional buffer that helps when conflict arises. Do you feel like you do enough of that? Appreciating your husband?
I think I'm doing better. And I believe that I'm in a position where I recognize when I'm not. So I think that that's the first step to doing better at it. With us being home, and I think some things have changed within our atmosphere within the house, I'm definitely doing a better job of saying, thank you, I appreciate that. I think so often we're busy telling them what they're not doing, that we do need to remember that they need some encouragement as well. Let them know when they do something right, when something has done that I've asked you for.
Would you say that Willa is doing a better job? Because it's really
it's
really what you say.
Absolutely.
So would you say that Willa's doing? Don't go back what she said. What do you think?
I would say she's doing a better job at acknowledging things and
Okay.
being thankful.
Okay.
I'm trying.
Good job.
I'm trying.
Brian, what do you say about Willa? Are you saying positive things to your wife? Are you showing gratitude to your wife?
Definitely.
You feel like you do a good job with that?
All the time.
All the time.
Do you feel like he does a good job with that?
Yep.
He does a good job with that? Okay, good.
And when there's nothing good to say, he don't say nothing.
You just be quiet?
Yeah.
For 10 days?
Not for 10 days. Not for 10 days. Not even probably for 10 minutes. No.
Okay, last one. Stay present and avoid distractions. That's a hard one. Give your spouse full focused attention when talking. Put away phones, turn off the TV, and engage face to face, especially for important discussions. This shows that you value your partner and the conversation.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, that's a very hard one.
Yes.
How do you
I don't.
especially with the hustle and bustle with life that was going on, we still trying to, we're trying to make a living out here. We're trying to, be present with the grandchildren. We're trying to be in ministry. We're trying to do all these things or whatever. So, yeah.
Is that important to you to have my full attention when you're having a conversation with me?
You know what? Sometimes it is. And I know sometimes when we go out, we definitely put an assertive effort to put our phones down because it's real easy to have that phone up and someone message you, and next thing you know, you're sitting at the restaurant and you're talking to someone else. So you do have to make an assertive effort to be present.
Okay. Communicating effectively, that means delivering information in a way that is clear, understood, and useful to the listener. Now we're always communicating, but but maybe not always effectively.
Correct.
So effective communication is important because it affects how you connect with one another. Okay. So let's talk about. So there are a lot of discussions about married couples' sex life. So we don't really want to talk about that.
Right.
But let's do a breakdown of our day.
Okay.
Of how much time you're spending that you have to spend with your spouse.
Okay.
To be able to communicate with your
Right.
spouse. Okay. So let's see. So let's talk about 24 hours in a day. So how many hours do you sleep?
Good 6 or 7. That's
Right.
the hope.
7 to 9.
Okay, so 7 to 9.
No lies are detected. Yes.
7 to 9 hours. Woo.
I mean, she gets up an hour before me.
Okay. An hour getting ready for work.
Used to. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do me.
Okay.
Okay, so I go to bed about 10 and I wake up like around 7. So what's that? 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
You right with
7.
Brian. That's 9
I'm
hours.
I'm right there with Brian. Yeah.
That's 9 hours. Okay.
Okay, so I
don't
do
judge you.
about 9 hours of
Okay.
sleep. And then, but my sleep is so broken right now with this menopause.
Okay.
So yeah, so okay. So and then we have then it takes me about 2 hours to get ready for work.
You got 11
Because I gotta
hours
wake up in the
gone.
morning. I gotta wake up in the morning. I gotta do my devotionals. I gotta listen to a sermon.
Okay.
And then I gotta get ready. So all that's in my prep time to get ready
Okay.
for work.
It's 11 hours so far. Mhm.
So
You got 13 left.
So and then I go to work for about 5 hours.
Okay.
I gotta work
16.
about
If you had 16.
I go to work about 5 hours. Then I come home. I work down the street, so I come home and if I'm cooking, so I can prepare dinner or whatever. So or I go get us some dinner and bring it home. So I would say that's about an hour.
Okay. You had 17.
Okay.
7
and
hours
then,
left.
And then me and Aaron sit in the bonus room.
Okay.
We sit in the bonus room and I work on what I'm working on, and Aaron usually working on a Bible study or he's doing some type of ministry.
Okay.
Sitting while we're watching TV and but yeah, we don't really converse. We don't really communicate, talk and listen.
Right.
And we don't really talk and listen.
So, and let's just take it back to when we were working moms. It was totally different because now we empty nesters.
Yeah.
But when you had to get the kids from school, do the homework, you got to cook dinner. You
Yeah.
are doing. You got to give baths.
You know about
no.
that? Okay.
And then all those other things, and then you have to ask yourself, how much time am I spending with my children?
Right.
And then when they get to bed, you trying to get to bed because you got to get up the next day and do it all over again.
Right.
So how much time are we really investing in our spouse on a daily basis in order to communicate? To sit down and say, how was your day? And not be agitated because they tipping you on your shoulder because they like, hey. So the communication, I think, especially when you're when you're a young marriage and you have children, it's almost impossible to say that we are really somebody at the job is spending more time with your husband than you are. I mean, it's
Aaron
just
works
true.
from home now. So.
Okay, but in the
I
younger,
get-
you know what I mean?
I get it. Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
In younger years. Yeah.
So it's tough. And then Saturday, shucks, you recuperating from the week. Sunday, you're getting ready to go back and start
To
all
the
over
week.
again.
Yeah.
So it's tough. You definitely have to be extremely intentional about communicating with your spouse. how you doing? How, you know, having those conversations to keep the marriage strong and to keep the lines of communication open, to know when there's an issue. Are there those cues of non-verbal communication that you can realize that there's something going on in the marriage or with him that you don't even recognize?
So would you say that right now that you're doing a good job of being an effective communicator?
I am definitely doing much better.
Okay.
If I can talk really quick about our love diary.
Sure, absolutely.
So, of course, we just celebrated 35 years of marriage, and I just dropped in my spirit to say, let's just talk about our marriage for 35 days before 35 years. Thought it was going to be something that was funny. You know, we can talk about each year for each day, and it really turned out to be like ministry. I was very surprised at how many people say, girl, that point in time in my marriage, I was going through that too. Girl, we went through that too. So it was very empowering, just to know that God has used in our marriage to help other marriages, even sometimes just to connect and say, man, I wasn't by myself. I went through this as well.
Absolutely.
So it got so good to me. After we had our anniversary, I was like, okay, can we do 365 days to 36? He's like, no, I'm going to put my foot down. So doggone it. So we just kept it up with the love diary. So every day we give 3 minutes of what's happening in our day, or trying to give a tip or something that's funny. So having to do or getting to do the love diary has absolutely helped me with my communication with Brian.
How so?
Because we have to get together to make sure that we're giving some decent content. But it makes me, if I'm going to talk about marriage like it's something sexy, I have to make sure that I'm showing up sexy for my marriage. And that doesn't just mean my body. It means me as a person, my conversation, somebody that he wants to be around. Exactly. So it is definitely helping me as a wife to make sure that I show it better.
Absolutely. So. Okay. How you feel about the love diary, Brian?
Well, when we first did it and we did day one, I was like, okay. And then when we did day two, I'm like, we're doing it again? She said, yeah, we're going to do it every day. And I was like, you mean till, that's 34 more days.
Yeah, he was counting like that.
And but I would agree that it appears it made us better communicators.
Good.
And not that we're talking more. I mean, you know, the sad thing is we spend every day together.
The sad thing
You
is
say that
every
kind of
day.
being funny.
Every
Sad
day.
day? Sad thing?
Oh no, it's a great thing.
Yeah, okay.
And it helps us communicate. And sometimes while I'm drinking my coffee, I'm looking at things, saying what we can talk about later. So I feel it has improved.
Good.
Or that allowing us to talk more. And if we can help somebody, that's always a plus.
always a plus.
And I felt the number one marriage that we helped was ours. So honestly, yeah. So we went through some years that Brian was like, I don't want to talk about that, but we had to discuss it because it was actually something that happened in our marriage. So I thought it was good.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I like that. So y'all gonna do it 365 days?
Well, I plan on doing it until God tell me don't do it no more.
Okay. Well, good. Keep going.
We doing it every day.
So what? Let's look at a measuring stick.
Okay.
Let's measure how we can, we may think we are effective at communicating.
Exactly.
So let's get some measuring sticks of how we can actually, effectively communicate with our spouse. Okay. So the first one would be clarity and understanding. This is how you measure. Does your spouse actually understand what you mean, not just what you say? I think that I'll say for me and Aaron, a lot of times that clarity is definitely needed. Especially, it's like, how they always say that, texting or whatever. Texting is like that is so subjective. I think sometimes when I say things, even when I'm talking, that's also subjective too. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of times when Aaron and I communicate, especially in heated arguments, where there's clarity that's needed. I don't think that he understands what I'm saying, and I don't think that I understand what he's saying, the point that he's trying to get. Because Aaron often says, "Kay, I think we're saying the same thing. We're just saying it differently." You know what I mean? So I think oftentimes with us, we definitely need to have, use a measuring stick of that clarity and understanding, and make sure that we're getting that.
Can I just say, in our marriage, Brian thinks because we've been married so long that I should be able to read his mind. And
that's typically how women think though too. Like he knows that what I want.
You know what I meant. No, I know what you said.
Yeah.
You know how to finish my sentences. You do it all the
It's so
time,
frustrating. You know what I meant. I meant So no, I think clarity is definitely an area that we
Sure.
need
To measure.
And that's one thing that I realized in doing the things we're doing now to make sure I finish my sentences and say what it is I wanted to say, and don't think she understand my nonverbal cues.
But you understand hers.
Yeah, I do.
No, he does half a sentence and then thinks I know the rest of it. Like, come with the rest of what you were saying. So yeah, that's an area.
So check.
Go downstairs, take the milk.
So check.
So check. You don't have to repeat or re-explain yourself constantly. They can paraphrase back what you said and get it right. So, but check. To make sure.
Yes.
Okay. How about the emotional connection? Let's measure the emotional connection. Do your conversations leave you both feeling closer, even in disagreements? I'm gonna go ahead and say, hell to the no. Emotional connection. What? What's that? In an argument.
In an argument.
In an argument.
Okay.
So, do your conversations leave you both feeling closer after an argument? So you're telling me that happens for you?
It does happen for me.
Really?
It's happening more. Yes.
Right, like yeah.
Because one of
You're gonna be in trouble tonight.
don't you promise me a good time.
Listen,
Threaten
I'm
me.
throwing up a okay.
So one of the things that I think was our issue was that he wouldn't get to the root of what the actual problem was. He wanted to just surf, like ski right by, and then he's like, we good. But I'm like, okay, but why is it like this? Why do we keep having the same issue? Let's get down to the root. Dig to the root to pull that joker out so that we don't have to come back to it no more.
Right.
So I believe that that's finally starting to get to. He's trying to understand that point. That
Germinate.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So he doesn't mind going deeper.
Okay. So do you walk away from disagreements feeling closer to B?
Yeah.
You do? Yeah. Okay. All right.
And I won't say it's all the time, but it's definitely more times than it used to be.
Okay. Yeah. Great. Okay. Conflict resolution. Do disagreements lead to resolution instead of repeated arguments? I think that this is definitely a conflict resolution is definitely an area that Aaron and I struggle with. We definitely. I mean, I'm gonna be transparent and open and honest with you. That's an area that we definitely need to improve in the conflict resolution because I don't feel like it's resolved. So the check on that. So you measure by asking, asking yourself, do the agreements lead to resolution instead of repeated arguments? And then you check that by you can address sensitive topics without it spiraling into constant fights, silent treatment.
Ooh,
10 days.
Look at that.
Or avoidance. I think that sometimes avoidance would be definitely the silent treatment, and avoidance would be I don't want it to be Hiroshima or Hiroshima, however you want to say it. I don't want it to be there, so let's just avoid it for right now. But eventually, I never. I just think that that's an area that I myself am weak in conflict resolution. So I definitely need to work on that. Definitely.
I feel like one of my issues is when there is something that I get upset about, I can leave the room but still be there. I shut down. So I'm learning to pull myself.
You mean you stay?
I stay.
And you already left?
But I already left. Really, I'm just, and I think he can see it in my eyes. It's like, that wasn't the right thing to say or do because she out of here, but she's still standing here. So I have to mentally tell myself, okay, don't leave, stay right here, and don't let it ruin the entire day. Don't let it ruin the entire night because we can have something planned. I'm like, bruh, nah, I'm good, homie.
Yeah.
So I have to pull myself back into the moment and not allow, because my feelings was hurt. You said something that I didn't like to totally take me out of the moment.
That is so hard.
It is hard.
That is so
I'm
hard.
57. I'm just getting there.
Yeah, I'm
at the tip of it.
I'm so hard that I mean I want to do that. I really want to be able to resolve conflict, but sometimes it's just you get the 10 days. But you know what? But I want to tell you, the 10 days comes after I didn't blown up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I didn't stuffed it, and then we didn't just had this volcanic fight, and then now I didn't got it all out. Now I'm good. I don't have nothing else to say.
at all.
at all. 10 days worth. Yeah. And I really, if Aaron
You think that, and I hear
and I
what
know
you're
God's
saying.
not pleased with that. Before you ask me that, I know God is
Act
not
like you don't
pleased
know
with
what I
that.
say.
I know God is not pleased with that. So, and and there would be days, because every day I come downstairs, because when I'm leaving for work,
Right.
Aaron's
You gotta pass by.
I gotta pass by Aaron, and so I go in and we pray. Aaron prays over me, or I pray, or whatever, to have a good day. We pray over the family and everything, and so in those 10 days, I would come down the stairs and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go to my car. I'm not gonna say nothing or whatever. But then, and I've done that in the past. But this past the latest 10 days, I would come to the end of the stairs and I'd be like, have a good day. I'm going to work. And I wouldn't go into the office. And I would get to the car like I was giving myself kudos. Like, girl, you did
You
good.
did that.
You did good. You didn't go on to the car. You didn't
Because let me ask you
totally
this.
ignore him.
Because it used to be that you would just totally go to the car.
It used to
so
be.
in your mind, it's like, I'm growing. Because at least I said something to the cat.
Right. But you gonna go ahead and take my little. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I bet he still prayed for you.
Yeah, he did. He told me he did. Yeah. But yeah, I
understand. That's an area of.
I need to grow. I need to grow. Keep growing in the area.
And that's part of the growth is realizing that that's an area that you need to grow.
I need to grow in that area, definitely. Listening skills is another area I need to grow. Measure. Do you listen as much as you speak, or more than you speak? I'm gonna go ahead and say no. I do not. Do you listen as much as you speak? I do not. Check your spouse to check. Your spouse feels safe sharing their thoughts without being cut off, judged, or ignored. That would be a question for Aaron.
Okay.
Now, if he asked me that, I would say that Aaron typically does not. I don't feel cut off by him or ignored. I don't feel that, but I do feel judged at times.
Okay.
No, I'm serious.
I know.
And that's something that we talk about. We talk about that often. We talk about, and that's something that Aaron is working on. He's working on being judgmental. Not judgmental in a way like, well, in an area like, I wouldn't do it that way, so why are you doing it that way? That type of judgmental. You know what I mean? Not saying that,
I think that is one of the easiest setups for you to be in a disagreement because I'm not you.
Exactly.
So for you to say, I wouldn't do it like that. Now, why would you do it that I'm not you. So don't expect you from me because then you just be married to yourself. Right. I'm just me with my experiences now. Are there some things that I need to improve on with myself? Absolutely. But please don't expect, one of the things I hate people say, you should have, based on what? That's when you're going to get one of them, based on what?
Nonverbal cues?
This is me. Yeah. So don't expect you from me.
Yeah. I can dig it. I can dig it. Listening skills. Check your spouse. Check your spouse feels safe sharing thoughts without being cut off, judged, or ignored. Do you feel like your spouse listens to you, or you listen? Do you feel like you're doing a good job of listening to your spouse? I can't ask her.
I think I'm doing a good job. We're definitely getting better. And I know it's some things that I don't feel she listens to or want to do with me. And then I think about doing them by myself.
She said like what?
Going to a car show.
Oh, that's minor stuff. So
for 8 hours.
Why is that minor? Why would you say that?
Because it could be.
Is that something I enjoy?
It is something that you enjoy.
Right. So why is that minor?
So it's not a Hiroshima type of thing.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I mean by that.
Okay.
It's not something that's if you don't do this, then I'm gonna do that. So that's why I said that. So I didn't mean to minimize what he was saying, but I was just thinking that it could have been something that could have been earth shattering, that it can be a detriment to our marriage.
And I'm more fine with finding someone to go with.
That's going to appreciate the car show just like you would. Yeah. Well, Willis not going to appreciate that.
Well, she wants to go one quick walk through and then leave.
I've met my obligation. I've gone.
So I want to.
You want to go. You want to sit in the car. You want to open up. You want to look at the stuff. You want to pop the hood. You want to make sure you want to enjoy the car show.
Yeah.
The same way you want to go to the mall and go shopping for shoes.
And I don't want him to rush me, so it's best that I do that alone, and I'm okay with that. So as far as listening for Brian, I love that we're growing in that area, but oftentimes I feel like I have to address the same thing over and over and over and over again, which means to me, either you're not listening or you're not thinking that what I'm saying is important or there a change needs to happen. So.
I think that men. I think that. Well, I can't. I really can't say men either. I think it's just us as human beings. That I think active listening is something that we all. I think everybody can improve on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think we all can. Okay, we got 2 more, you guys. I think we're just gonna get through through communication.
And then I want to just touch really quickly on something about finances once we're done with the communication
absolutely.
piece.
So we got 2 more. Follow through. Do your words lead to? Oh Lord, do your word. This is how you measure. Do your words lead to action? Ooh, that in communication, in order for your marriage to thrive. And to effectively communicate, you must follow through. Here's how you measure. Do your words lead to action?
Then how do you check?
You know how my mama say, and this is how you check. When you promise something big or small, your spouse sees consistency between what you say and what you do. Okay, that is all these last 3. These last 3, man, they better get on my nerves. I definitely need to work on the follow through. Yeah. I think Aaron would definitely say that. Kay, you need to work on the follow through.
But the most important thing
I think I be having the
heart.
I be having the heart. I be having the best intentions, man. I do. But then sometimes it don't happen. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I be having the best intention, but that is definitely an area that I can work on.
Well,
do your words lead to action?
Stop saying that you're going to do things that you're not sure that you're going to be, even though you have the intention and the heart that you want to do it, but don't put it out there that you're going to do it if you're not sure if you can.
Yeah.
Because now then I can't believe nothing that you say.
Now I'm at the point I'll be like, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Get somebody else to do it. I ain't gonna be able to do it. I don't do it. And then I go ahead and do it, but I'm gonna tell you that I ain't gonna be able to do it. So you have no expectation.
Right. So I'd rather you say you're not going to do it and then do it versus tell me that you're going to and then you don't. And I hear you.
That's what I'm at right now. Yes. I'm going to tell you I'm not going to do it and then I'm going to work on doing it versus.
Or I would love to do it, but I can't sure that I can commit to it right now.
Yeah. That's good.
Yes.
That's good. Okay. Feedback loop. This is how you measure. Does your spouse feel comfortable giving you feedback on how you communicate? I would say again that Aaron does not feel comfortable. I would say that Aaron does not feel comfortable, and because
I would say that Brian does not, because he still says stuff like, "I feel like you attacking me," like knock it off, victim. So that'll be Aaron too. Yeah. So yeah.
I don't. I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't feel like I make it a safe enough space in some areas of Aaron to be able to give me feedback. Okay. So yeah. We got about let me say we got 8 minutes left.
Okay.
Until 8:15, and so that's it on communication, everybody. Effectively,
that was
if
a big one.
That was a big one.
Well, right?
Yeah. So the big in order to thrive in your marriage, you want to be able to effectively communicate, and we gave you some tips on how you can achieve that. Okay. So now I'm gonna because we have financial experts here, I'm gonna give this last 7 minutes. It's on you, bro.
It's on me, bro.
Bro, it's on you, sis. It's on y'all. It's on y'all. Brian and Willa, I said they're from 3D Financial. They're financial wizards. They're financial experts. And so one of the things, if you want to thrive in your marriage, you want to thrive in your finances. You want to be on the same page with your spouse as far as your finances. So take it away, y'all.
Yes, I'm going to say just really quickly. Research tells us top ways a marriage can thrive in your finances is have open and honest communication about it, have money dates to review your finances. That's at least once a month. Start talking about what you owe, what you don't owe, what you're worth. Number 2, establish shared financial goals, long-term and short-term. Create a joint budget with purpose, not only telling your money where to go, but go back and look to see if it listened.
Yeah, I was just listening to Pam, Pastor Philip Anthony Mitchell, and he was saying that the money, where are you assigning your money? Make sure that you're assigned to this, you're assigned to that, you're assigned to the mortgage, you're assigned to the electric bill. So make sure, where are you assigning your money? Your money has to be assigned to places. So I thought that was, I never heard it said like that. Where are you assigning your money? So yeah,
but it's also important because I can assign it. We're gonna do this, but then go back and check to see did the
you make it
assignment
there?
Was the assignment completed?
Right.
Because
right, for
yeah,
sure,
we can set something aside and say we're gonna do this, but sometimes it don't happen because the shoes was on sale in every color, so it didn't make it. Just being real honest. Did I say create a joint budget idea with purpose? Manage debt collaboratively. So what we gonna pay off first? We have to collaborate on what we're gonna pay off. So, and when you're having those monthly meetings, finance meetings, we know what do we owe, what's the interest rate on that debt, what happens if we take this long to pay it off. Can we put more money to it? Please, if you have a credit card, please pay more than the minimum balance because you're going to be paying that credit card for 20 years.
Wait a minute, hold on. So you said something that you didn't say before. So you're saying that we should be having a monthly financial meeting.
Have an open and honest communication. Have money dates to review your financial status.
But
situation.
you just said have. So you saying you recommend having once a month?
Once a month.
Okay.
We sit down and look at our budget and see what we did with our money last month. How did we do? How much money went to?
Strictly on finances.
Strictly on finance. How much do I owe on my house? What's my house worth? So it's going to tell me what is my net worth based off of what I own.
Okay.
So that can change. So you want to do that.
Okay.
Plan for the future and protect your assets. You want to talk about retirement planning. You want to talk about emergency funds, your insurance review, estate planning. So all those things you need to have. Make sure, I tell Brian, I want you to love me in life, but I want you to love me in death too. I mean, leave me a whole lot of money. So to live the life that probably you wanted me to live that I couldn't do because I didn't have the funds, leave it to me in life insurance. So, and because September is life insurance awareness month, and I know that we're short on time, I'm going to give you 7 or 6 myths of why people say that they don't have life insurance. One is I have
myths.
One, I have it at my job. I don't need it. So 9.9% of the time, 9.9 out of 10, when you leave your job, and you will, that insurance that you have on your job is not going to go with you because it's a part of a group plan. You're part of a group. But once you leave the group keeps with all the stuff.
So I'm paying on. Hold on. So I'm paying while I'm employed with the Department of Public Social Services. I'm paying for my life insurance the whole time that I've been working there, 20 years. So that when I get ready to retire, I don't get to take my plan with me.
Unless you have an actual policy in your hand, the policy is owned by the employer.
So I just been paying on that the whole time.
Absolutely. And it's probably pennies on the dollar. It's probably almost nothing for them to give you 1 time, 2 times your salary. But once you leave the group, that's something that the group, that's like my family gets these benefits. You're not part of the family. You don't get the benefits that my family do. Once you leave the group, they keep their, I know because I just retired. And they said, thank you. Go ahead. Number 2.
That's so rude.
I'm just saying. You're outside the group.
Thank you
Number
for your
2,
services.
I'm young. I have time to get it when I'm older. The truth is we don't know what tomorrow holds.
True.
So you want to get it as young as you are and as healthy as you are because I'm telling you, the rates for somebody that's younger, you don't have no ailments, you don't have no diagnosis, are so much better than once. If I had waited till I retired to get something on my own, I had already been diagnosed with breast cancer. I don't even know if I would have been able to be approved. So get it as young as you can. Right. It's too expensive. It's not as expensive as you think. The quote is free, so look into it. Okay. Number 4, I have no use for it. I'm not married. I don't own a home. I don't have any kids. And it says if you have a spouse, if you have kids, and you have a home, life insurance is mandatory. But if you don't have any of those things, you still need to be responsible enough to have something to pay for your final expenses. People should not have to have a GoFundMe, do a chicken dinner, have car washes to have the final expenses paid by somebody just because you didn't think that you needed it.
Sure.
I think that that's a selfish move.
Sure.
Number 5, it's too expensive.
You just said that.
Did I?
But you said it twice. But I thought you said
it's
it's too expensive.
I missed one there.
And did you feel it's too expensive?
Yeah. One of them was I may have to have a physical or something to get the coverage.
Right.
That's not necessarily true. After COVID, a whole lot of that is gone out of the window unless something comes up in your medical background saying that you have some diagnosis, you have high blood pressure. Not saying that you can't get approved, but they're going to take a closer look at those because there is
Right.
something in your medical history.
Right.
And then lastly, life insurance is only for funeral expenses. Let me tell you, honey, it definitely does pay for those funeral expenses, but it's used for so many more things now. Mortgage protection. There's something called living benefits now where you get the benefit of having life insurance while you're living, not just for the people that you leave behind.
Is that expensive?
It's more expensive than having a term policy because you're using it for your benefit. You're having a cash value with it.
Okay.
So, but it's worth it.
For sure.
It's worth it because the money that you gain in those accounts are not taxed.
It's a lot less expensive for a 30-year-old than a 70-year-old.
That is so true. For sure. Yeah. So,
Well, okay. Well, look, thank you for that. And listen, if you guys want more information about how you can thrive your marriage financially, you can talk to Willa and Brian. They're 3D Financial. They got 3 boys named Donovan, David, and Devin.
Yes.
So 3D Financial, and then they'll gladly be able to help you
Absolutely.
with that. With life insurance too, they do that as well. So again, we'll wrap it up. Thriving in marriage. The 4 areas. We only got to 2 tonight, guys. Communication, finances, health, and spirituality. We might have to come back next month and talk about the health and the spirituality piece because I really think that's important.
Absolutely.
Because we want to thrive in our marriages, you guys. So
Absolutely.
I definitely we got to come back and do a part 2 for that health and that spiritual aspect to be able to thrive in marriage. But that's all we have time for. Sorry about that. We had technical difficulty before we got started today. But thank you guys for joining us, and we will see you guys on the first Tuesday of October. Have a good one. Peace.
Woke up, still smiling, sun shining, feel fine, and yo, it's one person I got to thank. And no, it ain't your mama or your Uncle Hank, it's Jesus, the one that'll get you going, keep you flowing high, you already know, and he'll lift you up, pick you up, get you up, he'll set you up in a light with less strife, that's just right, with pure love and more light, as long as you live it, mother, he got you, and now that you free, what's the plan for you? You better get him, let him, live him, kiss him, miss him, bug him, hug him, love him, and please stop talking this, that, and the third, and just focus on God in his word, cause I'm lit, I'm free, the light I see, switch it up, I'm lit, I see, the light, I'm free, old school,